You are.
What if I refuse?
Well, this is going to be a really short show then, isn't it?
Fair enough. Hello and welcome everybody to the Lobbycast. It's episode 342. I'm here today with the lovely Erin.
Hello.
And I am, of course, Geoff. I know 3 of the last 4 shows have been solo shows, but we're doing a duo today.
We're up to 2 today, so we hope you're proud of us.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, we're kind of proud of ourselves.
We have a limited grasp on adulting, and even a more limited grasp on coordinating our limited grasp on adulting.
I think the adulting thing summed it up.
Yeah. There's way too much adulting lately.
Yeah,
and not enough playtime. There needs to be more playtime, Erin.
More and more.
There also needs to be like a better positioning of my microphone. Okay, perfect. How's your microphone doing?
I think it's okay.
It's gonna work here in a second. Watch. Let's go thump.
Yep. Any second now.
Any second now. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into the news. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about? Anything you love? Anything that's great?
You know, a lot of my thing is little things that I just caught on the internet this week. And if you guys haven't looked at Tom Hiddleston singing Hank Williams yet in the...
I have not seen this.
Oh, yes, you need to see it.
Okay.
Because he kills it.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, good for him.
Apparently there's not much he cannot do.
All right. Fair enough.
So absolutely. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. It's he sings Move It On Over in an I Saw the Light clip. So please look it up. I think the Nerdist has it, and YouTube has it, and
sure.
It's floating around out there. You should definitely check it out.
And I'm also wearing my Nerdist t-shirt.
Yes, you are.
Gives me good mojo for the show.
Yay.
Supposedly. I don't know. It's just a t-shirt. But it's a t-shirt that I like.
And that's the important thing.
From a guy who creates things that I like.
Exactly.
That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's. I think I also need to say I'm sad about Key and Peele. I think all of us are.
Oh, that they're
wrapping it up now.
Wrapping it up. Yep. Onto different projects, but they'll probably still work together.
Oh, I really hope so, because they really are some of the funniest guys out there right now.
Yeah, they did a good job as FBI partners on Fargo.
Yes.
I thought that was pretty great.
They're pretty great no matter what.
Yeah.
Never come away from their show saying, didn't care for that.
No, I don't always 100% love it.
No, but
I appreciate them at all times.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it. So bye, guys. We know that you're not going anywhere. We know you're going on other projects, and we will still watch you in those other projects. We're just sad to see this particular project go by the wayside, but we look forward to what else you're going to be doing next.
Absolutely. All right. Some other news. Funko, and I don't know if you're aware of those, little 3-inch vinyl characters. They've got like bobblehead type.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Fun Pop and Funko, all that company. They've partnered with Star Wars.
Okay.
Actually, they partnered with Disney. I mean, if we're being perfectly honest, and they're going to be offering a subscription box of Funko Star Wars themed collectibles, and you pay $25 every other month, and you get what they value at $50 worth of stuff.
Okay.
Including 2 of the Funko little characters from Star Wars.
Wow.
So they've got there are a lot of box subscriptions, whether it's clothes or healthy snacks,
beauty products,
or there are a lot of box subscriptions.
Right.
Loot Crate is one that I've actually tried out, and but this one is Star Wars themed specifically. and it's called the Smuggler's Crate or something like
Okay.
that, a Smuggler's Box.
And have they
along
given
something
an
along those
example of
lines.
what's going to be in there, or they
Not
kind of-
really,
Okay.
but they ask you for T-shirt size, so it's going to be fairly similar to Loot Crate, where you get little
Okay.
figurines and other little knickknacks and wearables like socks and shirts and
Cool.
stuff along those lines.
Nice.
So you can pay the $25 every other month, or you can pay the $150, which is no discount really, but you get bonus items
Okay.
if you pay for the full year. And then
Nice.
you just automatically get those things every other month.
Cool.
And the reason why I was saying their deal was with Disney is because if you they've already had in place, and this is something I was not aware of, a Marvel box
Okay.
that does the same
Yeah, I
thing.
had no
It's
idea.
$25 every other month, and you get little Marvel collectibles
Cool.
instead. So only difference is, and I think this leads to that yearly subscription thing being a limited time, is that yearly subscription is no longer available for the Marvel stuff.
Wonder why? Did they say?
No.
Okay.
I think it's just early adopters bonus, really.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
So it's kind of a neat little thing. Also, this week, Castle Crashers, a remastered version,
Yes.
has come out for the Xbox One. And if you had purchased the version on the 360, then this is free for you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of a cool thing. I'll be
Yes.
downloading mine at some point today. At some point between the end of this show and 7 p.m., I will have downloaded it,
Okay.
in theory.
In theory.
For all intents and purposes, I will have downloaded it and nobody will know any different.
True.
We had talked about, I think, week before last, that that Destiny, the new Taken King expansion, wasn't going to play ball with the 360 and PS3 versions because a lot of those people only have 20 gig hard drives, and you need more space than that to run the Taken King and Destiny. And but they have Activision has come up with a workaround. If you are a user on Xbox 360 or on PS3 and you are an active player, then Activision is giving away 32 gig thumb drives for you to make space on your Xbox.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of a cool deal.
Yeah.
It's good that they're not excluding people. I don't know what they consider to be active, but I would say, fairly regular player is what they're looking at.
Sure.
Although in bulk, 32 gig thumb drives cost next to nothing now. I remember
True.
when they used to be expensive, like
Yeah.
really expensive.
And, progress.
Yeah. Yeah, how things change. And let's see here. What else?
X-Files miniseries.
Oh yeah, January.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yay.
Yeah. We'll see how that turns out. I'm sure it will be lovely.
I'm sincerely hoping so.
Yeah. So Gillian Anderson, and well, she just gets better and better with age. Yeah. Anyway,
come back to us, Geoff.
The Xbox One Elite Edition is now available for pre-order for $500, and this is kind of a cool system. It has a solid-state hard drive in it, so it boots up much faster than the existing one. Although I don't really think I have a need for it to boot faster. It seems to come up pretty quickly as is.
Yeah, that's interesting that they made that a priority.
Yeah. So there's that, and then it also comes with the Elite controller, which I think is part of between the solid state hard drive and the Elite controller is why we're seeing a much higher price on this. $500 is pretty expensive.
That's a lot.
But the Elite controller is $150, and I don't know if you've laid eyes on this thing, but it's pretty gorgeous, and it has it's like all these interchangeable parts, so you can kind of customize your controller how you want it and customize it per game also.
True.
So
it
I
seems
think
like
it's
an
pretty
amazing
neat.
piece of technology. So you can see why that is expensive.
Yeah. Solid state hard drive.
Yeah.
Meh.
Meh.
But-
Chock full of meh.
Chock full of meh. So we've talked. So and I think there's a new set of NPD numbers for August already, and of course the PS4 is out selling the Xbox One again. And just to put a point on why that's, I mean, it's a big deal for Sony. It is, but it's not doom and gloom for Xbox because GameStop put out their sales numbers, and in this same amount of time from the launch of this generation of systems and the launch of the last generation of systems, GameStop has sold 3 times more PS4s than PS3s in the same amount of time, and double the amount of Xbox Ones as Xbox 360s in the same, like in their respective launch windows.
Okay.
So they're selling like crazy.
Yeah.
Nobody's in any trouble here.
No, absolutely not. That's never changed. You know.
Sure, Microsoft or whoever happens to be in second place would want to be in first place, but nobody's crying about this. They're both systems are doing extremely well, so that's good for us, and I think it's good for Microsoft to be in second place.
Let's face it, it kind of is.
Because when they're in first place, they don't drive innovation nearly as much as when they're in second place. When they're playing catch up, we get a lot more shiny things.
Yes. We get better products and more shiny things. And
we're going to see a lot of that coming in the November update. I have a strong suspicion.
Nice.
Along with the backwards, like a more robust backwards compatibility.
I hope so.
I think we're gonna get a whole new dashboard and a faster dashboard and all kinds of things. So,
Sweet.
So I'm pretty sure that's what's coming. And who doesn't like that?
New stuff.
They've always been really good about updating their systems through software.
True.
And that's good for everybody. All right. Do you have any more news?
Nope, that about sums it up for me.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and get into the weekly watches. Oh, I guess the other little bit of news is Bethesda has started putting out a series of videos, each one pertaining to a specific letter of the special attributes
for the new Fallout game.
And it's funny. It's
really
pretty
is.
Great.
It's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Add that to your look it up list.
Yeah, definitely look at that. All right. Get into the weekly watches. What you listening to this week, Ms. Erin?
A little bit radio, a little bit of shuffle all, as we say. Crack.com podcast. Last podcast on the left. Caught their rather lengthy Ted Bundy podcast for the portion of my weekly watches. They do, and I've talked to a couple other people that listen to this, they do a good job of the information that they're presenting. If there's a downfall of the last podcast on the left, it's there a little that I don't like, and it's why I don't listen to them regularly, aside from the whole needing a lot of mental floss thing. They're a little, just a touch flipping towards the victims sometimes, and not a lot, but there's just a slight undercurrent of that occasionally, and I don't like it. So they have good information, but just occasionally they're just a little casual about that. So it is what it is. I also, not a lot of specifics. I found some, Bruce Springsteen was telling him the other day, and that made me happy.
Congratulations.
I know he's puzzled. Yes, I know. But really, I didn't, other than Cracked and a couple other those two podcasts, that was about it for me. How about you?
Well, I listened to a couple of podcasts this week myself, Gamertag Radio and Radio Free Burrito, Will Wheaton's show.
Yes.
So I like that a lot. I mean, I like listening to him, and he talks a lot about being a creator of things, and I'm not really a creator of things. So I've limited not understanding, but like limited grasp of that. I'm not really a creative type. Well, not in the traditional sense.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it's just interesting to listen to him talk about like being a maker of things. So
I see.
It's very interesting. But that's it for me. Although, I am very excited, and I am the only person who will be excited about this. I have fixed my Zune, and it now syncs with Windows 10.
Yay.
It wasn't
I know,
for like 2 months.
Guys, he was really sad about this, and the rest of us were going, there.
I know I'm perfectly capable of listening to podcasts on my phone. I just don't like it as much.
Yeah.
I like having my separate device for listening to podcasts, so I don't have to carry around my giant phone at the gym or like have to navigate phone versus phone calls and texting.
I see.
And it's better if it's a separate device.
So you're much happier now.
Yes, because if you're listening to podcasts through headphones on your phone and you're getting text and you're getting phone calls, and it's constantly interrupting the thing, and I just prefer to keep listening to what I'm listening to.
Sure.
And have my text conversation uninterrupted on both sides.
Yes.
So it was kind of interesting. I'd been looking for 2 months for fixes on the internet, and the internet was zero help. So I went digging around in the files for the Zune software, and just reinstalled the INF files, and Windows seems to recognize it now. So it syncs.
Nice.
It syncs as it should. So
yay, we're glad you're happy.
I am happy. And I'm happy to have figured it out on my own. I should have done that a long time ago. These are not things that are unknown to me. But I went to the internet for help, and there was no help to be found.
And you heard crickets.
Isn't it so disappointing when you go to the internet and the internet does not have answers?
Yes, usually when that happens to me, as we've discussed in the past, is when I manage to glitch a Bethesda game in a way that nobody's heard of before. And I asked I go to the internet and say, why did this happen? And the internet just gives me this blank deer caught in the headlights look and says, I don't know. I've never even heard of that. Well, let me check some other sources.
Like,
I said, you are the source. What are you going to check?
Is there another internet you're going to check?
You're going to consult?
Oh, the internet is dumb.
Oh, idiot.
Exactly. So yeah, that's it for my what to listen to. I mean, there was definitely the shuffle all going on, but that's about it. I did download the rest of my Amazon Music into my main collection. I don't know why I hadn't done that. So that I think that takes my music collection up to around 30,000 songs.
Wow.
Which is a little less than what Will has, but getting close.
Yeah, the two of you together.
We have a lot of overlapping music though,
yes.
too. He has a little more rap than I do, which really puzzles me.
It puzzles all of us. But I can also tell you that I've seen both of these guys have moments where they're listening, shuffle all's happening, listening. And then all of a sudden something will pop up in Will's device and he goes, "Damn it, Geoff."
Oh, and I have definitely
done that about Will. When that noise happens when he's listening to Shuffle All, you know what happened. It's the overlap. Occurred.
What is this? Why is this even music, Will? You jerk.
Entertaining for the rest of us.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty funny. It is pretty funny. Okay, so let's move on to the what you're watching.
Okay. A lot of repeat here for me, that you've heard before. Yay, Face Off. Yay, Homicide Hunter, Joe Kenda. Yay, Buffy. Yay, Twin Peaks. Blunt Talk. I'm sticking with that.
I haven't seen it yet.
I won't say anything about it. I think it's funny. I think it has potential to be better.
Okay.
So, but first seasons, they're kind of testing the water. So I'm enjoying it so far.
Okay. Excellent.
And I also watched a couple interesting docs. One of them was called Starring Adam West, about an Adam West superfan making an attempt to get Adam West his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh, okay.
So lots of fun stuff there, because it's Adam West. Come on, what else did I need to say there, really? And I Am Chris Farley was the other documentary I watched.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It was funny and sad and everything that you would expect it to be. I thought it would be a little bit more.
You don't have to go very far into Chris Farley's life to find sad.
Sad, I know. God, just want to hug him.
Well, not so much now.
No,
but
not now. But
yeah,
then,
yeah,
a lot, big hugs.
Right.
And I thought it would be more I think documentary is the wrong label to put on it.
Biopic.
Yeah, no, even I think not even that. It was because they talked almost not at all about issues or anything else that occurred in his life, and his death was allotted, I'm not even joking, about a minute right towards the end. So
wow.
I think it was more of an affectionate retrospective would be a better way to put it.
Okay.
So excellent. Going into that. And again, if something for you guys to look up, have you seen the trailer for a movie called Good Night, Mommy?
I have not.
Oh, creepy. Especially with Halloween coming up next month. Creepy as heck. Look that up.
Nicely done.
Thank you. So I need that swearing cap from Mythbusters. Look it up.
Okay.
Blah. Anyway, that was the other thing.
Is it a movie that's already out, or it's coming out?
It is coming out maybe even this weekend.
Okay. Oh, this theatrical release then?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a European movie. I cannot recall for the life of me from where, so I apologize. But it looks like good stuff. I hope the movie's half as creepy as the trailer is.
Awesome.
And how about you?
Well, I actually watched some movies this week. I was complaining about another summer passing by without having the Fire Pit Theater movies.
Yeah.
And so Kristen said, "Let's go watch movies." And so we watched Easy A.
Okay.
Which was my pick. It was I believe my 12th time seeing it. All right, I like those movies, like Clueless and Mean Girls. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I'm not throwing any stones, especially with Clueless. That was a fun film.
Yeah. So so we watched that, and then she picked out the next movie, mostly because I had never seen it, but it's one of her favorite movies. Lucky Number 11. Have you ever seen this?
Absolutely.
That's a great movie.
That's a great movie.
Why have I not seen that?
I don't know. I was about to ask you that question. I'm glad you brought it up before.
I mean, because it's right there in the vein of like Snatch, and
it's an American version of Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah,
at least that's what it feels like. I don't actually know who made it.
Yeah, but it feels like that. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. And she asked me why we were watching it. She goes, "Whatever happened to Josh Hartnett?" It's like, he's on Penny Dreadful.
Let me tell you about that.
It's all scruffy and such on Penny Dreadful.
And he gets naked, so added bonus for you to watch the show.
Yeah, I didn't add in that part.
Well, I didn't expect you to, but see, that's why I'm here, so I can add in the stuff for you that you left out.
Perfect.
Especially since you were talking to a girl, and you should have added that information.
Yeah, well, fair enough. So we watched those two outside, and then we came inside and watched Crazy Stupid Love with Steve Carell and Emma Stone.
Mm-hmm.
So we watched 2 movies with Emma Stone in it,
right?
That reference what is it? Scarlet Letter,
True.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next morning, I watch an episode of Scream that references the Scarlet Letter.
Nathaniel Hawthorne's everywhere.
It's like
man.
in like 24 hours, maybe closer to 12 hours. I saw 3 things that has Scarlet Letter in it.
Nathaniel Hawthorne is everywhere. He is all around us.
Although I really,
which is kind of creepy, but hey, take it.
I agree with. There was a line in one of those things. I don't remember which one it is. It's like Scarlet Letter. They're still making people read that. It seems like they would have come up with something better to read since in this amount of time.
Never mind that it's a classic piece of American literature. We'll just throw that out the door.
Yeah.
Who needs that?
Yeah.
Actually, I'll be honest. I didn't.
It's like out of all the pieces of literature, I mean, really, why do we read the same books for decades?
Because they're that good. Although the fact that I'm actually making this argument right now is odd because I really like Nathaniel Hawthorne, with the exception of
the Scarlet Letter. Yeah. See, so why aren't we reading a different?
I don't know. If someone came up to me and said, "What Nathaniel Hawthorne book should I read or story should I read?" I would say, "Well, I would suggest The House of the Seven Gables or Young Goodman Brown." I would never in a million years say The Scarlet Letter.
Well, see, there you go.
For what it is.
And now we have recommended those things.
Yes, we have.
Or you have, and I have endorsed it.
It's recommended, endorsed. You've gotten your homework.
It's now a real thing.
There you go.
So in addition to that, and Scream is not good.
I was about to ask.
I'd love to say that it even had moments, but it's kind of a mess.
Oh, that's not good.
It's kind of a mess. But what would you expect from a television show built on that premise?
I remember thinking that would be a very hard thing to do, but that didn't mean they couldn't pull it off. But apparently they haven't. So that answers my question.
Yeah, it's one of those things where they're having to do so much repair work on a consistent basis that the previously on has different dialogue recorded. It's like they've recorded special segments for previously on instead of clips from the actual show. So it's very weird. Yeah, it's a little odd.
Just a touch.
Maybe it's not so noticeable if you're not. If you're watching week to week.
Yeah.
But it's definitely noticeable if you've seen them within a shorter span of time.
Sure.
And then I'm continuing to watch Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll with Dennis Leary.
How is that?
It's okay. It really seems like an advertisement for the actress because she's a singer and actress kind of thing. It seems like an advertisement for her to get other jobs.
Well, I guess in the future we'll see how that works out for her.
Yeah. And I watch Archer. I sometimes do that. Just pick up and watch a random episode of Archer because they're pretty much great. I do love them so. And then I'm up to date on Ray Donovan. As I've stated before, I think this is probably their best season so far.
Nice.
So pretty good.
Good.
But it actually kind of does for it to be the best season, it kind of does require that you've watched the other two. And then I started a new show called Documentary Now, and it is a kind of a satire on documentaries.
Oh, okay.
It's Fred Armisen and Bill Hader and Seth Meyers. Mm-hmm. All Saturday Night Live alum, and it's hosted by Helen Mirren. So she does that standard thing at the documentary show. It introduces the documentaries, the fake documentaries, and then those guys, are actors in the documentary, the fake documentary.
Interesting.
And it's pretty fun.
Nice. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. So there's that. And I think that is it. Other than watching, random internet videos.
Yeah.
And not so random, like the Fallout 4 one. Sweet.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's get into the what you playing. What you playing, Erin?
What you playing hasn't changed a lot either. I've been, hitting Quiz Up quite a bit.
Still haven't played. I have it installed on my phone.
Yeah, I like it. It's fun, and I kind of like the app better than Trivia Crack, honestly.
I got a lot of miles out of Trivia Crack.
Yeah, I did too, but I kind of broke up with Trivia Crack and moved on to Quiz Up.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm sure some of you that play Quiz
It's
Up
not that you didn't enjoy your time together.
It's me. It's not you. It's me.
It was just time to give us some space and try something different for a little while.
You too.
Yeah.
You too, Trivia Crack. Absolutely. What's entertaining about Quiz Up is some of the players that you do wind up randomly getting, matched with. You could always tell when it's going to happen too. Is you get that one that wants to just rematch with you over and over.
Yeah. You were telling me about
there seem to be a few more of those on Quiz Up than on Trivia Crack. I just stick with my usual rule. You get 3. We'll do best 2 out of 3. After that, bye.
Bye.
It's been fun.
Bye, internet friend.
Sorry you're mad I beat you all 3 times.
Lo siento.
Or respect, you beat me.
Yeah.
I'm still out.
Right.
I don't need to be the best.
Yeah.
I'm just having fun here. I'm also playing Fallout Shelter. I need to get back to it because I left it alone for a while, and I'm pretty sure my vault dwellers have probably resorted to cannibalism by now. So I should check on them.
It's weird how that happens because I had been out for about a week also. Because really, once you get up to the point where you have 150 vault dwellers, it's kind of hard to play because you're getting so many pop-ups about babies being born and two of the vault dwellers running off to make the sweet love, or the announcements are in the way.
That's why I've drifted away from it so quickly, I think, because it's fun while you're playing it, but it really after a while started feeling like Fallout Farmville to me.
Yeah, and it kind of is, and it's hard. It's hard to not want to go back and just start over and organize rooms differently,
which I've done a few times. Actually.
And I've done that too, but yeah,
it still gets to a point where I just lose interest. So I played a little bit, but not a huge amount.
Yeah, I played a lot of it, and it gets progressively harder to want to manage it.
Understandable. And I looked in on an old character on Fallout New Vegas just to kind of prepare, for 2 months from now.
Yeah,
having fun with that.
Nice. I do love that game. I know that a lot of people that we know and love think that, or it's their opinion that 3 is better than New Vegas.
Let's face it,
I'm a big fan of New Vegas.
I'm a big fan of New Vegas too. I think, and sometimes what people mean by that was 3 doesn't glitch and crash the way New Vegas does, even with patches.
For you,
yeah, for me. And it's still doing its favorite thing. I'm not gonna lie. It's still, even with all the patches, it's still doing its favorite glitch that it does to me personally, apparently, and nobody else. I'm special that way somehow. Yay! It freezes and crashes. Oh, but it doesn't just do that. When you you reload it, and you're informed that your autosave corrupted.
Yeah, I never once had any of those things.
Oh, I get that on a fairly regular basis with that game, so I have to be very careful about saving my games.
Yeah, the only thing that I ever run into, and it's rare, is that thing where creatures are moving along, but they're pointed into the ground.
Yes, I get that, not regularly, but all the time, but
yeah,
with some regularity. Fortunately, and I won't go into it in detail because I did it on another show, I've never gotten, again, that glitch where I walked into the Lucky 38 for the first time, talked to Victor, walked into Lucky 38, and every Securitron in the world aggroed on my character.
Oh, so
in the
unfortunate.
World.
The whole entire universe
aggroed on her.
That is unfortunate.
And there was no fix. So I got to start over. But such as, I
still live in side quest land.
Yeah.
There are plenty of those.
Yeah, as long as you don't go anywhere near the Vegas Strip, since all the Securitrons in the face of the planet hate you now.
Or you just get really good at killing them.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
It was the first time through I was playing it, though, so I kind of couldn't just say, oh, well, I'll just play side quests and I don't care about this other stuff.
Right.
If it was a playthrough, it would not have been a big deal. It would have been frustrating, but not
a deal breaker.
Something where you could hear the popping of my head blowing for blocks away.
Oh.
Anyway, after that little side trip down memory lane, that's what I've been playing.
Awesome.
How about you?
Well, I played I played probably 3 hours of ESO. So it's kind of nice. Got my character from level 23 to 26.
Nice.
In a fairly short time there, and I was able to put on my new armor that was made for me by Mr. Sam.
Excellent.
So that was pretty cool. And not much else. I checked in on Destiny, played a few missions. I hadn't started it up in about 2 months. But with Taken King coming out, I thought I'd at least update it, and it was a substantial update.
I bet after 2 months.
And really, this update takes you up to Destiny 2.0 is what they call it.
Okay.
And they've changed a lot.
Wow.
They've changed a fair amount of the game, and in preparation for the Taken King content.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of annoyed by is that the Taken King is not included in your pass.
Okay.
Where you pay that extra for expansions. It's not included in the pass, and it's expensive. It's $40.
Yeah, there's been a fair amount of complaints about that, I think.
And I know, I know it's fairly standard, but this one is particularly irritating to me because it's 40 and not 20, and new purchasers of Destiny get Fallen King and all the other content, like all the expansions and the original game, for $60. They get everything if you buy it new on disc.
Yeah,
it's like why can't I digitally upgrade for a smaller price than $40?
Yeah, because
now I've paid the $60 for the original game, the $30 for the pass, and they want me to pay another $40 for this expansion. Kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's not fair. Like I said, it's blatantly not fair to the people that had already bought the pass like you did. And
that's $130
versus 60
versus $60.
That's a big
not
difference.
Cool.
No, not cool at all.
So yeah, kind of blows, but whatever. I don't even really have that much time for games, so I'm not sure if I'm willing to throw down $40 for a game that once Fallout 4 comes out, and even now, just like with ESO existing, it would be really hard for me to put in more time. It seems like you're not playing it
a whole lot into it now, and when Fallout comes out, you're not going to.
If it had been $20, I probably would have bought it.
Sure.
Since it's $40, probably won't buy Taken King, even though I'm really interested to see what it's all about.
You can always do it later.
I can always do it later
when the prices come down. Probably
if the prices come down.
And that
if it shows up at Redbox.
Yeah, there you go.
If it shows up at Redbox, then great. That's something that I'm looking at. I stopped by Redbox this morning just to see what was available for both movies and and video games, because there hasn't been a movie come out on Redbox in a long time that I've been wanting to see.
Okay.
But I did notice that Arkham City or Arkham Knight, I guess whatever the new Batman game is it's available at Redbox, so I might end up picking that up there. ESO is also available there, which is kind of a strange choice for me. Redbox has really managed their video game rentals poorly, like very poorly. They don't have
I don't
much
think it's
available.
A big competitive thing for them. I think that it's just they kind of have a toe in the door, but they're not interested in developing it more past that. That's not where their bread and butter is.
Which is crazy to me, because if they did it right, then it could actually do really well. But they put AAA titles on there that most people purchase day one, so they're not going to rent well, or things like you put ESO on there. Why? What's the point of that? I mean, it's like it's a huge game. You kind of need to own it to get anything out of it. If you were to just rent ESO, it's really only good for a demo purpose, because otherwise it's,
and maybe that's all they were going for, the people that were on the fence, and
maybe
that's how they made their decision.
That's a very small amount of people.
Sure.
Yeah, most people that buy into Bethesda products have bought in a long time ago, and they're day one purchasers again. So I don't know. They have an odd selection there. They really need to put out more things that maybe aren't day one purchases for people. So anyway, I think that's about it. I did play a very little bit of Fallout Shelter, maybe 20 minutes total.
So because your vault dwellers haven't eaten each other?
No, it's a very strange thing how they stuff happens, time passes, but at the same time, your vault doesn't fall apart.
That's good
for the most part.
Cool,
especially if you have Mr. Handies or whatever, or the robots.
Mr. Gutsies.
Well, no, because these aren't battle robots. They're the other ones. They're the handy ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not the armored ones. It's more of the helper bots.
Okay.
So if you have any of those, then they go around and pick up resources for you. Cool. So you don't have to select each room. They just go. One will take care of everything on a single floor. It'll go and collect resources for you. So kind of thing.
Sweet.
That's about it. I may be done with Fallout Shelter. If I had a version for my little multi-top thing here, then I could probably play that. But I think I'm about done on my phone. So its appeal has waned. Most definitely.
I understand.
But it was my first non-trivia mobile game, so that was kind of exciting for me for a short period of time. All right, I think that's it. Let's go ahead and wrap up the show. I think we've done all we can do today.
Yep.
And I don't know who's going to be around for next week's show. 343.
Sure, somebody will be here, but
somebody will be here.
We couldn't tell you who.
More than likely, at least one of us.
Very true. Somebody we just don't know which one.
That's right. So thank you everybody for watching and listening, and we will catch you next week.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye.